it's Chris. Welcome back to the channel. You can see I'm back in the golf barn here today. Got a couple fun tests. One of them is sort of an amateur club fitting, I suppose you could say. I played last year with a Ping G425 Max 5 wood, which I liked, but I didn't hit it as consistently as I'd like to. So I went to second swing here in the Twin Cities, got fitted into a 7 wood, turned down a couple of degrees. It's winter, so I haven't been able to hit them yet, but I figured I could do that in here. So I've got my old 5 wood, I've got my 7 wood. I figure I hit a few shots with each here on the GC3, and we'll see how they compare. I do think the 7 wood will probably be a better fit for me. For these adjustable clubs, when you loft something down, it opens up the face, which makes it, easier to hit a cut, harder to hit a draw. I struggle with a draw anyway, so I think fairway wood turned down will be better for my swing, but we'll see. So I'm going to hit, 4 or 5 or 6 good shots with each of them. Look at the numbers, and we'll see which one looks better. So I'm excited for this test. Should be fun. Let's see how it goes. All right, guys, so here's part 1 of the test. Ping G425 Max 5 wood. It's a 17.5 degree head. I have it on the flat plus setting, which makes it 18.5, and flat, which again helps, discourages a draw, I guess I should say. So I'm going to hit 4 or 5 or 6 good shots with this one. Then I'll switch over to the new 7 wood, hit 4 or 5 or 6 good shots with that, and we'll see what the numbers look like. This is a Tensei AV Raw Orange 75 gram stiff flex in here. Like I said, I played with this last year. I liked it, but I would too often hit kind of a big hook with it. So I'm going to hit 5 shots. We'll see if that hook shows up when I'm hitting, but let's see how it goes. This club is I'd like to hit it 260 off the ground, 250, 260. I don't really use it off the tee all that much. It's mostly a kind of attacking par 5s in 2 club. I'm hitting a Pro V1, a regular Pro V1. That's the ball that I use. Okay, shot number 1. Man, I'm not going to do much better than that. That was smoke. Ah. Good one there. Almost got it out to 250. Another one a little off the heel. Blooper reel there. Oh, that's torched. Yeah, that's sort of what I have come to expect on the golf course. Kind of a big, kind of tight hook. That one, 145 ball speed, 8.4 launch, 2350 backspin, 228 carry, going to 53. So we got a couple of good ones in there, but just the way I swing, I don't hit it high enough to feel confident in this club. And when I hit a good one, like that last shot I hit, it's a semi-controlled, not very controlled hook. So we're going to hit a few shots with the new 7 wood now. I'll talk you through what the specs are of it, and then we'll hit some shots and see if I'm able to hit it more consistently. If I'm able to hit it higher, I'd like to be able to carry it a little farther. And I think just the way I swing, if I can launch it higher and carry it farther, I'm going to be able to hit it longer. For me, loft has always been my friend. So that's what we've got. I'll go grab the 7 wood, we'll talk about it. I'll hit some shots. We'll see what it looks like. All right, guys, here we go. Ping G425 Max, 7 wood, 20.5 degrees. This is set to the flat minus setting now. So we're at 19.5 flat, again, discouraging a draw. And like I said in the intro, when you loft one of these adjustable woods down, what it's actually doing is opening the face a little bit so that when you address it square, it de-lofts it. But one of the things that it does, so when you just put it down, the face is a little bit open, which again will discourage a hook, which is what I'm looking for with this fairway wood, along with being able to launch it a little higher. So 19.5 degrees, set flat. This has the Aldila Rogue White 130 MSI 80 gram stiff shaft in it. I did a bunch of testing before I purchased this at Second Swing, and this shaft beat out all the other ones that I had access to. I might want to try this with the Tensei Raw Orange that is in my current fairway wood, but I like this one is a little bit shorter. It's a 7 wood length shaft, not a 5 wood length shaft. So I like that this is a little bit shorter. I feel like it gives me more control. I've always been pretty good with hybrids and shorter shaft length, kind of quasi fairway woods. So we'll hit this one. We'll see what it does. Again, I'm looking for 3 or 4 or 5 good strikes, and then we will look at the numbers and see what they look like. So let's go hit it. All right, here we go. Ping 7 wood. I have the Titleist Pro V1 again. With the 5 wood, I was getting like 8-ish, 8.5 launch, and hitting it. Good ones were going 225 carry, 250 total. So we'll see what we can do. I'd really like this thing to go like 260. I've got the green set at 275. Well, it was already higher. That was off the toe, but it certainly hit at a higher spot on the screen. I like to see that. That was pretty good. That was a good one. Kind of missed that one, but still went pretty well. Oh. So that was interesting. I really hit that one hard. I got that one good. But you saw it was a big hook. It's kind of what I'm trying to avoid. 47 yards left. Pretty nice hit there. All right, one more good one, and then we'll take a look at the numbers. Nice there. Maybe the best one. They're all pretty similar results, seems like. All right, guys, here's the data between the two clubs. I pulled out with the 5 wood, excuse me, I hit maybe 6 shots and I only got 3 good ones. With the 7 wood, I hit 6 shots and had like 5 good ones. So I pulled out the ones that I didn't think were representative. Here's what the numbers look like Smaller sample size for the 5 wood, but launch, speed, spin, pretty similar. Carry and total almost identical. For me, I'm hitting these two clubs exactly the same, more or less. The big thing for me, and I mentioned it right away, with the 7 wood, I hit 6 balls and 5 of them were good, and the one that wasn't good was I hit it well, I just kind of overcooked a hook. You can look at the small numbers underneath the top line numbers, and that's the standard deviation. So you can see with the 7 wood, my backspin was 32.58, standard deviation of 170, which means that's basically what I was doing every time. With the 5 wood, 30.28, but the deviation was 600 RPM of backspin. So there's a lot more variance in the 5 wood than there was in the 7 wood. I would like to see the carry and total numbers go a little higher. I have to think that in the summer, when I'm kind of in golf shape and I am, in mid-season form, that I'd be able to hit that a little farther than 224 going 243. But I really like the consistency of the 7 wood. I liked that I hit it. It felt like I was able to make good contact every time. I was able to hit it, pretty close to the middle of the face every time. I think that has to do with the shorter shaft. Like I said in the intro, I just got along pretty well with shorter shafted fairway woods and hybrids in the past than I have with longer fairway woods. Fairway woods are hard to hit. And for me, I'm someone who compresses the ball a lot, really de-lofts the club at impact. A fairway wood is especially hard to hit because I need a lot of loft just to get the ball up in the air. And like you can see here, I'm hitting basically a 19 degree with both of these clubs. They're 19 degrees aloft-ish, and I'm getting 9 degrees a launch on average. Some of those with the 5 wood, I was getting 8.5, 8 degrees a launch. That's just not enough to consistently feel good about hitting a fairway wood into a par 5. This isn't ever a club for me that I'm going to be expecting to land it on a green. This is always a club that if I've got 250, 255, 260 out, maybe even 270, if I swing hard, I might have a chance to get there. So that's kind of the situation that I'm going to be in. And frankly, the courses that I play, I'm not all that often faced with that kind of shot where I've got 260 in. Most of the time, if I hit a good drive on a par 5, I've got 220 or so, 225 in, and I can hit a hybrid. But that's what this is about. Interesting test. I'm really interested in the fact that, these two, the results of these two are basically the same. Like I said, the standard deviation is much wider with the 5 wood than it is with the 7 wood. I think that if I hit 100 shots with each and took out only the worst 5 or 10 with each, we would see a bigger discrepancy in terms of the consistency of the 7 wood would outshine the 5 wood, and the 5 wood would be lower launching for sure. Probably similar ball speed, probably lower backspin on the 5 wood than on the 7 wood. I would guess that the carry and total would still probably be close to the same. You know what, actually, so I have, prior to having this 5 wood and the 7 wood in my bag, I had a hybrid, a Titleist hybrid that I called the long hybrid. I think it was set to like 23 degrees or something. But I could hit it 250, 255 off the ground. Like I said, loft is my friend for my swing. I brought that with me. Why don't I hit a few with that, and let's just look at the numbers in comparison to these two. So I'll grab that. We'll hit some shots with the hybrid, and then we'll look at the data here again and see what it looks like. All right, last club in the test today. This is a Titleist 818 H1, 19 degrees, set at B4, which is 2 degrees more loft. So this is set to 21 degrees. So pretty similar to both the 5 wood and the 7 wood, which were 18.5 and 19.5. So this is just a little more loft. Shaft's a little shorter. It's a Project X even flow, 85 gram stiff hybrid shaft. This has been in the bag for a few years now. The reason I hit it well, I mean, we'll see how I hit it, but most of the time I hit it well. The reason that I've been searching for something different is that I don't hit it, I just don't hit it quite as far as I'd like to. This tops out at about 245 off the ground. And I want a club that I can hit 260, which I think is, you know, the 7-wood, a little lower loft, hopefully launch it a little higher. We'll see what this looks like. I'll hit a couple good shots with this one, and we'll see how it goes. I felt myself shut the face down on that one, but just a really solid strike. That was off the heel. The plus with this club, the thing I like about this one, is I feel confident over it. I like the way it looks. I like, you know, the length of the shaft must appeal to me in some way. I feel like I'm gonna hit it well, and it's got a really nice swing weight for it. It just feels comfortable. I just like to hit it a little farther. Oh, that's as good as I can hit it. That was absolutely torched. What are the numbers on that specific shot? All right, 139 ball speed, 2975 backspin, 221 carry going 240, 9.9 launch. So on my best ones with this, it just doesn't quite have the firepower as my best ones with the fairway woods. There's something to be said for consistency. I feel like I'm a lot more consistent with this than I am with those fairway woods, but let's hit a couple more and then we'll see if that's actually true. That was skinny. Oh my goodness. Man, I feel like I missed that one. Went pretty well. A little short. All right, that's the hybrid, the long hybrid as I call it. I'm gonna hit a couple more shots each with the 5-wood, the 7-wood, wrap up with a couple more shots of this hybrid, and then we'll look at the data table and see what those numbers look like. I'm not sure if you can see the screen on that one, but that's the one that I'm afraid of with this club. I hit it, swung hard, hit it pretty good, little off the toe. It's a big, big hook. There's a few, the golf course that I play, there's a couple shots where I might use this club, where it's a carryover water and there's water on the left as well. That one was in the water. Best one I've hit so far, probably off the heel. See what the ball speed is like on that one. 44 ball speed. Yeah, these do remarkably well. That's the reason I've got the G425 Max. Number one, you can set it to flat, which for me is good. I need the protection from the left. Number two, pin clubs are so consistent. That one I hit way off the heel. It went dead straight. It was a good result. They make good clubs. Oh my. Oh, if I could hit it like that every time, I wouldn't need a different club. Whoo! 147 ball speed. Rip that one. Okay, I'm looking for like 2 or 3 more good ones. Wow, is that high? I got it off the toe, but it went just so high. Awesome. 14 degrees of launch. Can you believe it? It's like what a normal person hits a 7-wood. How different are those two shots? That was a little skinny. Maybe like 7 degrees of launch? 6.5 degrees of launch for that one. Oh my gosh. That was just rocketed. Right in the middle of the face. It had that hook again though. But I got it out past 250. That's the first one I've hit past 250. 146 ball speed. It's very similar to the last one. Very, very similar, almost the same shot. Really hit it well right in the middle of the face. All right, last one, couple more tests. Titleist 818, 19 degree hybrid, set to 21 degrees. Chunky toe. Nice. All right, one more good one. Then we'll look at the numbers. All right, let's look at them. Okay, here's what we're looking like after a few more shots. You can see here, the 5-wood and the 7-wood are still awfully close. The 5-wood just edges it in ball speed, but that's close enough. The 7-wood just edges it in launch angle, but again, that's close enough. They're pretty similar on backspin. They're similar all the way around. The consistency numbers are better, so that's why the 7-wood is going in the bag. The hybrid, you can see, is just, you know, it's a half a step behind. It's a club behind. You can see launch angle is very similar. Backspin is very similar. Really everything is similar, all the launch conditions, but I just don't hit it. The ball speed is low and the carrying total is low, which is what I saw on the golf course. You can see on the maps up there, the left-hand map is showing kind of a side-on view of the trajectory of the ball, and they all launch in a similar window, just the hybrid falls out of the air first. The upper right-hand map is sort of a top-down view on the dispersion. You can see they're all doing a similar thing, just the hybrid is going a little shorter. So that's why the hybrid's not in the bag this year. The 7-wood's going to be in the bag. But man, this is an interesting test. All three of these clubs are doing the same thing. They're launching in the same window. I just need something that's a little more consistent. And I think for me, the 7-wood is more consistent than the 5-wood, which is why it wins out. Now, those clubs say they're, carry 225, going 245. I think outside in the middle of the summer in the real world, I can squeeze another 10 yards out of that. Hopefully 15 is what I'm hoping for. If I can hit that, 240-ish going 260-ish, 235 going 255, I'd be pretty pleased with that. That's a club that is useful to me. But that hybrid, 215 going 235, that's just not long enough. There's times when I need to hit it 250 or 260 into a par 5. 230 just isn't cutting. So interesting test today. Helps solidify my decision for what's going in my bag this year, going into this year.
Really interesting test today. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to leave me a like if you enjoyed the video. I'll answer as many comments as I can. If you want to subscribe, I'm releasing golf videos every Monday on the channel, so feel free to hop on and we'd love to have you along for the ride. Thanks again. We'll see you out on the golf course.